me to jail, now you have to tell the world the evidence against me.
And there's nothing.
The evidence is stupid.
There's nothing.
And look, chat logs where I said that my ex-girlfriend is my slave as a joke. That's the evidence against me.
Really?
That's what's in the official file. So the BBC, you have to understand, BBC documents came out recently, and a bunch of new articles came out saying Tristan talks about his ex-girlfriend being a slave, and he talks about enslaving women, and he says, oh, this bitch is my slave. This is a big bombshell. And I'm like, no. This is a tiny splash of nothing, because if the BBC, who hate me, right, after 1.5 years of investigation, after throwing me in jail, after investigating every single part of my life, they make this indictment saying this is why Tristan's guilty. And the BBC get their hands on it and they read it. And the worst is, did I talk about buying people, selling people, transporting people, making money from people? Is there even $1? No, the big bombshell is that I said a girl is my slave once. Well, if me joking that a girl is my slave is proof that I actually own slaves, keep in mind I'm half black, I'm the descendant of slaves. So what I refer to a girl as a slave once. I did say it. That's a real conversation. But that's proof I'm a slave owner. Like, the fact that that's the biggest thing they took from the file is actually very embarrassing. It just goes to show how weak the evidence is.
If the girl was upset about that, she would have come forward and said...
Oh, and she's not. She told the police I'm a wonderful man, I've never committed a crime. The person who I was actually referring to said I'm a wonderful person, I've never committed a crime.
They're like, no, shut up.
Yeah, no. They don't want to put that in the file, though. They don't want to put it on TV. Of course not.
Crazy.
Of course not.
It's honestly crazy, the amount of corruption, you know, and like, I mean, obviously, like, the Romanian police are trying to do their job, but like...
Look, the Romanian police force is full of very good people. The judiciary and the judges, again, very good people. Even the organization that keeps screwing me, DCOT, is full of some very good people, and they prevent very serious crimes, and they keep the streets safe.
It's very safe.
However, there are certain individuals within that organization who do not care about the truth. They do not care about fair. They do not care that innocent people are on the street. They don't care if you go to jail and you're innocent. They care about their careers, how much money they can take from you, how big of a trophy they can make out of you. They're going to cut your head off and put it on their shelf to say, I got Tristan Tate. Got me with what? It doesn't matter that I'm not a criminal. That's all they care about. These people are singularly focused. And again, that's why I describe them as evil. These are evil people.
You spoke about Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
I'm sure you read his books and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think about him, and what do you think about the book, man? The way the guy talks, like, or the way he writes, and it was his private journal. He was not even writing it for anyone else.
Yeah, and it's crazy that all these thousands of years later, people are still reading it. What I would say is, I just think that books like that need to be propagated and read more in schools. I mean, I know people read their Shakespeare and stuff, but now if you look at the books they're reading in American schools, books about transitioning your gender and stuff, I'm like, well, that's not what people should be reading. People should be reading books that actually, teach you something about how to think as a man, how to actually think, not how to regurgitate what you've been told.
There's only like 1.5 year difference between you and Andrew's age, right?
Yeah.
Usually that causes a lot of like arguments and stuff. And I've seen the relationship you guys have, off camera in restaurants, and the way that you guys have this relationship. Like, how have you guys built that relationship? And like, let's say I have a brother and I want to build a relationship with him. How does that work?
Well, you just have to understand that in life you can't do it alone, and you have to form some sort of team if you're going to get anywhere. You have to have good men around you and good friends around you. Every king had generals, every soldier had the soldier to his left and right. Every single person who's won any great battle or any great victory or any great moral victory didn't do it by himself. He had other people with him. So if you're born with a man and you have exactly the same blood, exactly the same interests, the same last name, you have to be fighting for the exact same things. You can go your separate ways if you like. If you really hate your brother, if you really hate members of your family, I understand. But I don't see who else there was in life, especially many years ago when I didn't know anyone to team up with. So we've just always been a team, and we've never even thought about it, never planned it. It just naturally happened. I think that's what God made brothers for.
I think your dad, I guess, had a lot of impact on that.
Not as much as people think, because my father didn't have too many good people around him, and my father didn't have a brotherly relationship like we had. I think that's interesting. that's just proximity, being going through hardship together, being in the exact same crappy situations together, celebrating our success together. It just formed us into this friendship that lots of people try to emulate and lots of people try to copy, and I really hope that they do, because I think more brothers should be like us.
Yeah, I'm a younger brother, and when I see you, I see like you have as a younger brother. A lot of younger brothers, it hurts the ego to think of him as an older brother, to give that respect.
Well, I don't understand why you can't be proud of your brother and his achievements.
Exactly.
Let's say, our businesses are all shared, but let's say I only made $1 million a year and Andrew made 10. Cool. Well, I'm still successful why shouldn't I be in a position where I'm like, great, my brother makes $10 million a year, you know? All of our incomes are the same, but he's a more successful kickboxer than me, for example. Oh, I'm the 2-time European champion, that's it. Andrew's the 4-time world champion. Everyone's like, oh, you're jealous. My brother's the 4-time world kickboxing champion. Why the fuck would I be upset by that fact? I'd be upset if I was the 2-time European kickboxing champion and my brother was a fat, lazy fuck who never did any training. That would upset me.
That's true.
The fact that he's pushed himself and he's surpassed me in that realm, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say, I guess, and I don't know the one saying this, but what did you say about someone who says, like, the Tate brothers kind of promote materialism?
I think there's a healthy amount of materialism in the world. I think there's a saying, there's only so much wealth a man really needs, the rest is just for sharing. And yeah, we promote materialism, but the people who will come after us are people who cannot do anything for anybody. So yes, I bought, that car cost me $660,000. Fine. I've also donated more than that this year in charity to help feed hungry people.
Millions. I saw the videos.
No,
crazy.
Millions. So yeah, millions and millions.
You can go tatepledge.com, look at the videos. You'll see they're wearing Tate brothers on the back of their shirt, helping people who can't see, blind people in Africa, giving them eye surgery, like very specific operations. Yeah, man, poorest parts of the world. The parts are not glamorized to help. You know, people want to help. A church burns, and no offense to churches, I love churches, but a church burns, everyone wants to donate money. And then people in Africa can't even see.
Yeah,
and you guys are the ones supporting them.
Well, it's like, you know, so the people who will attack me for materialism aren't people who can do anything good themselves. It's just a way of trying to hurt me. Yes, I like fast cars. Shoot me. I like them. They're great.
It's your passion.
So I'll spend millions of dollars on a car. But at the same time, the person who will say, oh, those are millions of dollars you spent on the car, you should have spent it helping people. That person makes $25,000 a year and helps precisely nobody, ever. They don't help anybody. They don't do anything good for anybody. I was once playing a thing on Twitter. I said, everyone, send me your favorite GoFundMe pages. If I like it, I'll donate $1,000. So I like this one, 1,000. I was just donating random thousands to these GoFundMe pages.
Yeah.
And obviously there's some idiot, just like, oh, look, he only donated 1,000 to a page that needed 50,000. Only 1,000 to him, that's nothing. And I'm like, to you, to the person I'm helping, it's a lot. True. And I was just handing out these thousands like people hand out dollar bills, you know.
And they won't discredit it. In fact, they should be telling you, well done.
There's always.
If they actually care, they'd be saying, Tristan, you did well. Keep doing it.
Or they say, why are you showing off your charity? Okay, I have a counter argument to that. When the war broke out in Ukraine, and a bunch of orphans and women and kids were coming across the Ukrainian border, I was driving up there with food and coats and shoes and all this stuff. And I drove up there and I posted the videos. Yeah, myself, personally, 7 times. What? And I posted the videos on my Instagram, on my old Instagram. And when I did it, people were like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You should just go and help. You shouldn't be showing off. But because I did it, hundreds of other young men in Romania went and copied me.
Wow.
So I'm trying to inspire others to do the same thing. So when they say Tristan Tate's given $10,000 to this cause, and